Hello, and welcome to this lecture on OpenShift management. We are learning OpenShift for the absolute beginners, and in this lecture, we will talk about the various management options available for OpenShift, such as the Web Console and CLI. There are three ways to interact with the OpenShift cluster: the Web Console, which is probably the direct and easiest way to interact with OpenShift. The second is the command line interface using the OpenShift client tool. And the third via REST API, which enables integration with third-party applications. The Web Console, as we saw in the previous demo, is accessible at port 8443 by default on the cluster's public IP address. The home page displays a service catalog to create applications from, which we will go through in further detail later in this course. The Web Console also lets us create and manage projects, manage builds, deployments, services, and routes and configure CI/CD pipelines. Projects help us group and isolate applications. The projects listed here on the right are the default projects created by OpenShift during its initial startup for its internal purposes, such as hosting this Web Console itself. On selecting a project, you get to the Projects view where you configure and manage your applications, builds, and deployments. Again, we will go through these in greater detail when we discuss relevant topics. The second, and an important management tool, is the CLI. OpenShift provides the OpenShift client, or the OC tool, for command line management. This tool can be downloaded from the OpenShift website. However, it comes pre-packaged with the Minishift utility. Just like how you would log into the web portal using a username and password, you must log in through the CLI as well using a username and password. For this, use the OC login command and provide the username and password. Or you may also log in by providing username and password as parameters using the -U and -P option like this. Similarly, to log out, use the OC logout command. The third option is the REST API. To read information using the API, access the OpenShift API at the URL of the OpenShift cluster, followed by OAPI, and then the version of the API, which is v1, followed by the group we need to query, which in this case is users. However, this won't work as we have not provided any authorization information to access the OpenShift cluster. For this, we add an authorization header using the -H parameter and specify a bearer token. But what is this token, and how do we get it? The token is a unique key assigned to each user, which is valid for 24 hours. You can get it by running the OC-whoami-T command. We use this token for authorizing the API requests. Use the token in the header and execute the request. The result is a JSON list of users and related information. Refer to the documentation for further information on using the OpenShift API. We will now go through a quick demo of the three management options. That's it for this lecture, and I will see you in the next lecture.